Now via Skype is Tal Reshef, an expert in Asia business and trade. Thank you, Tal, for being with us this hour. It seems important to say, Tal, that this could not have hit the Israeli economy at a better time. The Israeli market was doing well when this happened.
Yeah, well, it was doing well. We have quite big foreign exchange reserves. The growth is at a good pace. So we can say that we are quite well prepared to this, at least better than some other countries that are competing with the same problem.
And on that point, we know that Israel has been on the front line of imposing restrictions before other countries in Europe. It also was one of the first to come up with solutions for business owners and people who are freelancing. Is the government plan, as we know it until now, enough to help the economy recuperate?
First of all, it's important to ask the question, is it really a plan? For the moment, what we see is orders that are changing from day to day, and it does not seem to be as a plan prepared in advance as we saw with Korea, Taiwan, and Singapore. It seems more as an improvisation. Since it is apparently an improvisation, I cannot know what will happen tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, because the changes are daily. Every day there are changes. So for the moment, it seems that the steps started being taken a bit too late. We didn't start it the moment that the disease erupted in China, as did the Asian countries that I mentioned. So right now we are trying to close the gap. For the moment, with a limited success, the number of sick people is mounting two-folded every 3 days, and we do not see at the end of it, as there is no flattening of the curve for the moment. So I'm being in the middle of the growth of the effect of the coronavirus in Israel. It is a bit too early to know exactly what will happen next.
Tal, as we know, of course, the first industry that was hit by this crisis is the aviation industry, and then tourism, of course, in Israel and around the world. But 20% unemployment in Israel suggests that many other fields were hit. It seems like there are maybe fields that were badly hit that we haven't really paid yet enough attention to. Do we know which other fields, except the obvious ones, were hit by this?
Well, apparently most of them, and it seems that the 20% is a very temporary number, because most of the working places sent home 70% of the workers. They're allowed to have only 30% of the staff working, mainly from home. Only very limited number of businesses are allowed to have all the staff working, and quite many businesses, especially the small and medium ones, have closed completely for the moment. So it seems that the 20% is only a step, and we are going to see something quite bigger than that. It affects nearly everybody, not everybody. There's some institutes, by the way, that are doing quite well. If we are talking about financial businesses in Israel, they are doing excellent, because they've closed down their offices, the service to the public. They work only through internet. Most of the workers are at home, but the payments are, as always, banks, insurance, investments, and so on, are having an excellent time. Producers of medical device and pharmaceuticals are doing quite excellent these days. Supermarket chains and farm chains, all those pharmacies are doing more than usually. Now, those that are hit the hardest are the small and medium businesses. Shops of any kind except food and pharmaceuticals are closed down, and they're suffering a very big hit. All the markets are closed down. This means quite a big number of people that are losing money every day. Public transportation is closed down, and all the other businesses around them that depend on them, cleaning services, for instance. All the cleaners in Israel are staying at home, and we can continue. The list is quite big. Cinemas, restaurants, cafes, all them workers at home, and owners losing money every day.
And we are certainly continuing to keep our eye on these developing numbers. Tal Reshef, thank you so much for joining us this hour in Petah Tikva.